Holster those lasers and pick out your favourite ice cream flavours. I'm Exillion, and today's a rare occasion because I've got female company. So Chromia first came about as one of loads of Destrons locked away in the North Pole by Autovolt, but then released again by Starscream. Most of the time she was definitely one of the smarter and most battle-worthy Destrons. One thing I found really annoying about Chromia was her adoption of the manga schoolgirl dynamic. This basically involves overloading planetary sentiment with hearts and stars, talking in a really high-pitched voice, and regurgitating punctuation every time you get surprised. Getting past all of that though, the only thing I find really unforgivable about her character is her persistence to push to the front of Megatron's bitch queue and Bagsy the chapstick. Okay, so onto the figure, and I've got to start with the most obvious thing because there's no working around it. There is a boat hanging off her back. Yes indeedy, Chromia is such a shell former, she's practically seafood. Unfortunately from the front, the boat hull does make her look a bit like a novelty kite. Despite having plenty of joints, she's pretty much in staticville. All of that is because she's got bonk syndrome. Balance on kibble. That's posability not even Will Smith could save. Bad points aside, being a Galaxy Force figure, the detail's pretty good. As you would expect, the paint and figure moulding are pretty decent. They have exchanged their cutesy round cartoon eyes for a more I had a puppy for dinner look, but the light piping's not bad. Moving on to weaponry, Chromia's packing a very cool quad missile launcher, but it tends to be a bit heavy for her. Which, after you chuck in a force chip, turns into a single missile launcher. Rationality would then suggest that this is some kind of uber missile. Either that or it's one of them fancy compact lip glosses. It's a missile. It's a missile. Oh yes, Galaxy Force delivers yet again. This thing is badass, and easily one of my favourite floaty things ever. No occupational queries here then, as if the rocket pod wasn't a big enough hint, there's a machine gun turret on the front too. Not to mention your side mounted missiles, so make that affirmative that Chromia is your one-stop shop for maritime mayhem. Colour wise, this purple and silver really do rock the high seas. The real bite for me though, is this transparent tangerine terrificness. Custard creams and Ribena though are really delivered on the detail. Whoever did this was in a really good mood. You get a full-on cockpit, a nice set of back boosters, and probably the smallest Decepticon symbol you'll ever see. Amongst the rest of it, you got yourself a nice panel detailing picnic, as well as hull ridges on the bottom. Also, I can't really fault how badass the lip gloss cannon looks on top of her too. That's just long range. 2 repaints this time round, and they occupy the same exclusive list as George Lucas's colouring book. First up is the Minerva repaint, which is based on the Master Force character. It came with the 9th Galaxy Force DVD in Japan, and when I say it's rare, I'm not ordering steak. Even rarer again is the very pink 2009 BotCon exclusive Elita 1. In wallet language, the words BotCon exclusive quite nicely translate into sell your car. So in conclusion, Galaxy Force Chromia. I find the best way to get on with her is to spend the morning flying a kite, but spend the whole weekend down the boatyard with Lando.
I'll take good care of her. She won't get a scratch.